What's going on, ladies and gents? Disruptor here, bringing you guys today some Rainbow Six Siege gameplay. Now, I know I've been kind of slacking on this news, and we had the literal worst timing with our operator videos. We had the Brazilian operator ideas that the series we always do with Thunderspear with the operator ideas, and on that day, information leaked for the new operators. Excuse the chair squeaking. So it was not a good day for our timing. But today I want to cover all the information we have on the Brazilian operators before we go on to the 30th, where we have their official gameplay, which, yes, like last time with Dustline, I will make a video from the live stream like that. Blah, 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 blah. Let's talk about what we know so far. Operation Skull Rain. We have a new map, 2 new operators. Given that's a given. Now, looking on the Ubisoft website, I know that there has been like leaked gameplay. I know there's been like there's like I believe a Spanish person that messed with some game files and got some gameplay of it, stuff like that. I know there's a lot of modding that's going on. Somehow people have been able to play with this new DLC, but first things first, I'm not going to try and pronounce their names because I don't know how to do it and I'm terrible with names and I don't want to insult anyone, so excuse that. Second of all, I won't be showing you that gameplay because 1, it's not mine, and 2, I don't want to get in trouble. I'll do, if my moral decisions agree with me, I'll throw in some screenshots. And thirdly, I'm gonna for the map itself, I'm gonna talk about what I've seen from the gameplay, but you guys can reference what you guys, if you go watch that video itself separately, or see what you see from the gameplay trailer itself, and the issues that I kind of have with it. So, moving on, let's talk about the map itself. Let's get right into that. So, with the map, Favela, this has become well, as you guys know, the favelas in Brazil are very, it's very different, what it would seem, to Rainbow Six Siege. You have a lot of in and out crossing over areas. It doesn't seem like a one concentrated area of combat, like we say with House or Consulate or Dustline, the map border. You don't have that concentrated one area you enter. You have these kind of parts where you have to cross in the open, move across rooftops, stuff like that. Something seems, it's very interesting. Now, something they say also they're bringing to it is that, well, oh my goodness, ambush sites and walls that can be shredded from the outside. I don't think that's maybe necessary. I think that we're kind of focusing a little too much here on destruction and missing out on some game balance section here. Now, obviously, destruction's badass in any game, and Rainbow Six Siege is definitely no stranger to it. But being able to kill the attackers as they're walking through the streets with walls that can just be torn out, Pulse is going to have a field day with this. And with this new buff, I don't even want to begin to think about the horrors that will come through with that M10 and that UMP. So stuff like that, that's kind of things that frighten me with favelas. Other than that, I'm really looking forward to, say, blowing in a roof, falling down, shooting up some shit. I'm really looking forward to see how this map fully plays out. That's kind of my fears for this map as itself. I can't really talk too much on it. The favela streets sound badass, close quarters. Maybe now there actually might be a use for some attackers to use their shotguns, like Thermite. He has that powerful M10, but now this might be a map where he can really bring it out and use it. Something I'd probably mess around with. Alright, so let's get into these operators. First, let's talk about the attacker. Now, the attacker has this crossbow that allows him to burn oxygen in an area, and apparently he can switch it out to have like these kind of micro smoke attachments to it, I believe it was, and he can kind of mask his position. So that seems quite interesting to me, being able to shoot a smoke into a specific area without having the canister hit. Now, I don't know if Jaeger's device will take out this arrow or not. That's still yet to be seen. But for the burning oxygen, I kind of like that. It's like an offensive smoke. I think everyone's kind of described it that. An offensive smoke sounds really, really good. You know that there's someone over there. How do you drag them out? Well, you go ahead and you pop a burning oxygen arrow and you have a good time. Now, what I've seen from this Spanish guy's gameplay that was going around, he has frag grenades, and that's something that's really going to equate nice with him, is that he can frag an area, blow out some holes in a wall, and then the oxygen can be sucked out in a different room, so that's something interesting I'd like to see. Obviously, you don't want to put this device in a hostage room, you're going to have a bad time, so make sure you swap to your smoke grenades. I'm assuming that the arrowhead will be swapped out, but you only have like say like 3 arrows to use, so you can use like all 3 smoke, all 3 oxygen burn, or 2 smoke, whatever else. You get the options and whatnot. For his weapons, I believe he has the M249 saw. Oh my god, I can't believe I just said that. The M249 saw, and the Para 308. This is what I'm seeing off the site here. Now, it doesn't say it specifically has it, but I know the Para 308 is an assault rifle, and the Defender's weapons I'll get into in a minute here, which makes sense. So, the M249. Now, I really hope they bring in the 100-round version, because I know Fuse's LMG only carries 100 rounds and another box of 100 rounds. So to see someone with 200 round mag wouldn't seem like a good idea. That's a lot of spray and a lot of prey. Definitely a lot of prey. And on top of that, I'd think that'd be the only magazine it contains. So it's definitely 100 rounds we're going with this M249. His Para 308, I believe it is a higher caliber. They're describing all these the weapons for the Brazilians to be very high caliber weapons. So I'm assuming this is going to be like a Scar H-esque weapon, where it just does epic amount of damage, but it only has 20 shots. From what I've seen, it kind of looks like the it was a battle rifle in Battlefield Hardline. It was like the SA-80, I believe it's been called in real life. I'm not particularly sure. Excuse my gun knowledge, but it resembles that quite well. So let's move on to the Defender. Now, this chick's a little crazy, and I'm not going to lie, I don't like her design that much. The face paint kind of rubs me the wrong way. I don't know, I don't like berets. It's kind of weird. I don't know, moving on. So, she has the M12, which is kind of what's the gun I'm looking for? It's considered the nail gun in Battlefield 4. The CMJ, I believe. Excuse my gun knowledge once again. But it's classified as, people call it the nail gun in Battlefield 4. And she has the Spaz 15, which I don't know if that's going to be a pump action version or another semi-auto shotgun. We'll see how that goes. I'm going to assume pump action this time around, just based off the fact that the attacker's getting an LMG and not a DMR. So that'll be interesting to see. Her weapons, once again, they're supposed to be high caliber weapons, so I'm assuming this M12 will have a low rate of fire, but do shit tons of damage, and the Spaz 15 will be a pump action shotgun, but since it's a pump action shotgun, semi-autos are usually way better, unless they change and buff that with the next patch. So her ability allows you to do this stealth walk thing. I guess she doesn't do much but moonwalk and slit your throat, where she like tackles you to the ground, puts a gun to your head or a knife to your neck, and she's like, tell me what you need to know. We don't have any more information on that. If it gives you kind of maybe, a highlight through a wall for your team, or maybe just yourself, I don't know. We'll see how that goes. I can't really see what they'll do, how they'll, equate in that. If it'll be like a kind of a, Battlefield Hardline-esque, where you interrogate someone and your minimap lights up. We'll see how they inquire that and how they make that work and everything. It'll be very interesting, something I'm really much looking forward to. So without further ado, that's going to wrap up today's video. Tell me what you guys are looking forward to for Skull Rain in the comment section below. If I missed anything, or if, let me know. The official gameplay will be on July 30th, and I will cover that once again in a video on that day. So make sure you guys stay tuned for that. Once again, I'm Dangerous, and I'll see you sexy beasts in the next episode. Peace.